Okay, so today I did not work an example in advance for you. I just went ahead and I'm assigning you one, and you can come back and check it here. Ask all the questions you want. So I've included my steps for writing a trend line for you again. Let's take a quick look here and discuss this problem. I don't have any words with it, right? Just practice times versus mistakes made. Kind of think about that. You'd think more you practice, more mistakes you'd make, but maybe you'd make less. I don't know. Let's figure that out though. But again, we're gonna have X's here. Whoops, I want a different color. There we go. Let's go with, on the left will be our X's, our practice hours, because time is always going to be the input, and Y is the mistakes made. So you got to graph them, right? 4, 6, 7, 4, 3, 7. So our practice goes from 2 all the way to 10. No, 12. 2 to 12. And our mistakes go from 1 up to, looks like 8. So we can fit that on a regular chart. But again, so first thing you got to do is plot the points. Plot the points. And I'm going to do that on the next slide. Then find that good y-intercept, right? And then find another good point that's kind of in the middle of the other points. So let's do that real quick on the next slide. So again, even though I'm going to count by ones on the X's, that's our time, right? So practice time, call it P time. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have picked that. But anyway, I'm going to write 2's on here. So 2, 4, because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But it's easier to fit since it's kind of a small graph. 6, 8, 10, 12, right? And we can put the little line there if you're confused where that is. There we go. And ends with 14. On the left side, I'm going to go by ones, but I'm still going to count 2's. So 2, and this is our mistakes. Along that left side, this is mistakes. Right, there we go. 2, oops, there's 4, 6, 8. How far do we go? That looks like about 8. We'll go to 10 just because. Alrighty, so got to plot those points. First one is going to be 4, 6. I'm going to plot these in red. 4, 6, going to be right there. Then 7, 4. So 7, 4, going to be down here. 3, 7. 3, 7, going to be up here. And I'm going to go ahead and plot the rest here real quick, and I'll be right back. There we go. Now, there's definitely an overall trend going from left to right, going down, right? So we've got a line going down. It's going to be a negative correlation, right? Which means a negative slope. So if I hold my ruler over it, whoops, oh no, it didn't let me do that. Let me bring a new ruler in, just a second. There we go, a fresh ruler. And whoops, oh no, my point slid, just a second. Okay, trying that again. This is tougher than it looks on here. So trying that again, let me grab this. There we go. Overall trend line, right? That's the toughest part of this whole thing. Is, let's see, going kind of like, because this one, they got a line. You got to get this point that's, let me put what I'm talking about. This point's kind of out there. This point's kind of out there. So we're not going to really use those. But overall, the other ones, I can kind of go like this. And look at that. I can even hit some actual points as I go through. What do you think of that one? If I were to draw that line. So that means I'm going to have 0, 9 as my y-intercept. So again, that's it. Look for a good y-intercept. Well, I'm going to change colors on you here. And so 0, 9. And then I also like this other point out here to the right. I like the point 12, 1. So 0, 9 and 12, 1. I'm going to put a green dot there for those. Let me get this out of the ruler completely out of the way, by the way. 0, 9 up here. Oops, I wanted green. 0, 9, and I want to use this point down here, this 12, 1. And again, let me bring my ruler back. If I hold it over it, yep, did it again. There we go. 0, 9, 12, 1. And that looks like overall, that goes through those pretty good. Let me draw that line for you too. Let's get this ruler back out of the way. So you're drawing, it's tougher than it looks on this thing, and I get that, and that's what you're gonna do. But overall, look at that line. It goes through comes really close to several and kind of makes a nice line through there. So we're gonna use that. So my points I'm gonna use, I'm gonna go with 0, 9, and 12, 1. So let's go ahead and write our line. I'll do that on the next slide here. Okay, so as a reminder, our formula is going to be y equals mx plus b. We know our b, that's at 0, 9. So y equals something x plus 9. Well, I got to find that something. That's my slope, right? You can count it. You can calculate it. I don't care what you do to get it, as long as it's right, or more or less makes sense. So again, if we did change in y over change in x, we can go. I'll bring that back in, and we'll even count the slope this time. There we go. Let's go ahead and count the slope. So it's obviously going to be a negative slope. So we go down. So I'm just going to use these 2 points down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So down by 9, that's a negative 9. And we go over by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we didn't go down by 9. I went down by 8. I went to here, didn't I? Go down by 8. So sorry about that. So there we go. Negative 8, and then over by 12. Okay? So again, if you're with me, down by 8 and over by 12. So that's going to be negative 8/12, which does reduce. Don't forget that part. Start with 4s, right? You can go by 2s, go by 4s. 4 goes into both of these. So that's going to give me negative 2 over 3, right? So negative 2/3. And that goes right here. So my line, my nice, nice fit line, right? Negative 2/3, y equals negative 2/3 x plus 9. And there you go. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. And you could use that. Okay, well, according to that, if I were to say at 8, at playtime of 8, what would you expect the errors to be? And you can find that point. You can plug an 8 in here if you want to, right? And otherwise, you can find that and find out where that's going to fall, and probably right in this neighborhood, right? That sort of thing. So that's what we're looking for on here.